Hello, and thank you for hosting us for this interview, Your Excellency. Alfredo Durante Mangoni, Ambassador of Republic of Italy in Bucharest. Nice to be here at your headquarters. Hello.
Bine ați venit. Mulțumesc.
As we agreed, we will have this dialogue in English. And as just a few days ago, we had a very important visit at the G2G level. Romanian Prime Minister Ciolacu had an important meeting with the Prime Minister of Italy, Mrs. Meloni. Also, another important meetings with Romanian community and business community. Strong messages for strongly and historical connected countries like Romania and Italy. And as we agreed, Your Excellency, maybe before entering in the important aspects of these visits, we should explain a little bit about the importance that Italy had on shaping the European Union. I'm thinking now also about paying the respect to Altiero Spinelli, one of the founding fathers of European Union, as we know now, and about the way that Italy continued to contribute on building this political construction.
Thank you very much. Indeed, Italy is one of the founding members of the European Community and now European Union. And not only Spinelli, but also our main politician of the after-war period, Alcide De Gasperi, was one of the leaders that pioneered the European project, along with the German Chancellor and Mr. Schuman. De Gasperi, Spinelli, and other leaders till nowadays have brought a strong contribution on behalf of Italy to the European integration project. We believe that we need to strengthen the political dimension of the European Union, also building a strong and reliable defense and security capability and assets that are important nowadays, and also to nurture our strategic autonomy in key areas, key policy areas like energy. And we see that the current state of international affairs require a forward-looking approach to develop European policies at this level in different fields. Not only the internal market, not only common policies, but to have the possibility to develop also in the future these policies and the current level of prosperity and welfare. We need also new tools, new assets, starting from defense and energy. It is crucial for our survival.
Talking about the future of Europe and our future actually together, we cannot stay out of the important vision that former prime ministers of Italy, like the nowadays Commissioner for Economy, Paolo Gentiloni, who used to be prime minister exactly when we celebrated 60 years from signing the Treaty of Rome. And I do remember this because CaleaEuropeana was there celebrating together with all European media, but also European leaders that moment. And it was a celebration chaired, let's say, by the host that Paolo Gentiloni was at that time. Now he has an important role in the European Commission. I would add to this the important role that Mr. Enrico Letta, also former Italian Prime Minister, has in preparing what we wait in the next months to see how the future of Europe in terms of competitiveness it's looking via his report. Mr. Mario Draghi, also Prime Minister of Italy many years ago, who used to take the presidency of the European Central Bank in a difficult time, trying to recover the European economy and finance in his capacity, and now he's also working on the report on the single market future. So Italy has a strong economy. Usually we look to France and Germany when we talk about economy, but let's not forget the importance of the political and an economical role that Italy has, at least for trying to maintain an equilibrium between North and South. Why is Italy so involved in this, and which do you think is the added value that these examples that I presented now for our followers, let's say, especially in this time, it's meaning for us?
You have recalled several Italian political leaders that brought a qualified contribution to the European project. I would like also to mention David Sassoli, former President of the European Parliament, as well as the current Italian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani, who, among others, can boast an excellent level of personal relationships with many Romanian leaders, politicians of the current government coalition. We are now trying to offer a contribution in terms of analysis with the next report by Enrico Letta on the future of the internal market and Mario Draghi on the future of European competitiveness. We do not, in terms of Italian-Romanian bilateral relation, we do not feel second to anyone, because we know that what liaises us, what are the bonds between Italy and Romania, are absolutely peculiar and unique. The kind and the strength and the depth of our relations are unique in Europe. Romania is the only country of Eastern Europe with which we have such a strong consolidated strategic partnership. And moreover, we see that the economic cooperation is a very successful model. We have strong and integrated value chains in manufacturing industry, for example, but not only. And the economic activity brings added value, brings prosperity, brings income and job opportunities in both countries. So there is a balanced sharing of the dividends of the economic cooperation between our two countries. And this is very important, and I don't know if other European Union member states can boast such a strong economic relationship as the one between Italy and Romania. We can further elaborate on this.
For sure, as the figures are showing, the official statistics, the commercial exchanges, bilateral talking, are more than 20 billion euros for the last year. It's almost half of the Romanian GDP during Ceausescu's time, which was $48 billion in the 1989. It means a huge amount of money, investments, and trust that are involved in our bilateral economic relations. And as we are happy to mention all the time the impact of the European funds in Romania, which are, after paying all the taxes to Brussels, it's still remaining 60 billion euros in Romania until now. But if we compare with the dynamics in terms of economic relationship with Italy, 20 billion euros last year, it's showing us actually the explanation of the Romanian economical success story. Because these bilateral changes, investments, flows of capital, knowledge, are helping actually Romania to develop itself. And maybe you'd like to talk about a little bit about the importance and the impact of Italian investments in Romania?
Yes, thank you for the question. We have passed through different periods. 30 years ago, small and medium-sized businesses came to Romania and invested in the western part of the country, in Timișoara and Banat, just for cost-value reasons, because they were looking for low labor costs for the textile, clothes, shoes. I can define low value-added manufacturing. Mm-hmm. After that period, starting from mid-2000, we have seen increasingly larger groups coming into Romania and invest in more complex manufacturing, industrial, and also services activities. We could mention, of course, the big companies working in big infrastructure projects like Astaldi and now We Build, but also groups like Enel, Pirelli, who brought significant opportunities to Romania. Romania considered not simply as a market, but as a true economic partner in order to jointly create added value. I believe that our successful economic cooperation model should evolve now towards a third phase, looking more on innovative sectors, emerging technologies, serving the double transition in the European framework, so the green transition and the digital transition. Italian companies have the expertise, the competencies, the know-how to continue to offer good options, good solutions to the growth path and to the modernization of Romania. All ways of interpreting the decarbonization, be it gas extraction from the Neptune Deep in the Black Sea, be it the revamping or the construction of new reactors at Cernavodă nuclear power plant, be it renewable energy, be it also hydropower. We have a lot of technology, competencies, expertise that we would like to share with our Romanian partners. And so we can offer different opportunities also in terms of increasing energy security, energy efficiency. I look also at the agriculture sector, where we have considerable experience in the field of so-called waste to energy, how to get energy from the materials that you do not use in the agriculture and sector. So we have a lot of opportunities to work together. I acknowledge how good is the level of Romanian startups. And I believe that if we match the Romanian startup with Italian creativity, some venture capital, we can create a lot of opportunities for growth and prosperity.
For sure, and before moving our focus on visiting in Rome, for sure you are spending a lot of time talking with Italian investors in Romania. It's a strong community. It's probably one of the strongest and closest business communities to Romanian decision makers, local authorities, but also citizens, because there are many Romanian people working for Italian companies, for Italian investors. Not to talk about Romanians that are working in Italy now, maybe we'll talk about this also.
Yes.
But focusing on Romania, which are their plans? Are they ready to develop new projects? You mentioned some examples of the fields of interest, and how it's going the dialogue with Romanian authorities from this point of view.
Well, you recalled before the level of bilateral exchange, which will be around 20 billion euro in the year 2023. We should add to the exchange of goods the component of services, which amounts for another 3-4 billion euro, according to the estimates of the Chamber of Commerce of Romania. So we rank second in terms of economic partner for supply, second supplier and second buyer. And we have more than 8 billion euro in terms of stock of investments, but much more in terms of number of companies having Italian capital registered in the business register of the country. We would like to go more on the sectors, areas which are crucial for the model of sustainability in Europe. Energy is one of them. And I believe also in the field of defense, we have very good opportunities to cooperate together. We are ready to contribute to the needs of procurement of the acquisition of the Romanian government in different fields, from the space, air, naval assets, and also ground vehicles. We have this successful example of the Iveco defense factory in near Pitești. So we have a lot of opportunities to work with. The Italian business community is very active in Romania. Is a small but vibrant community, widespread throughout the country, not just in the west, in Timișoara, as it was before, but now almost everywhere, in many, if not almost all, business areas. And I'm glad to see a lot of vitality, a lot of dynamism in the Italian business in Romania. We would like to continue to see predictability for foreign investments, and also favorable tax conditions. Romania continues to be an interesting place to invest from the tax perspective. Italian companies, like others, are starting to have some difficulty in hiring qualified workforce, and this in the medium to long term may become a problem for the business in Romania if the government does not adopt strong measures to attract people and to invite members of the Romanian diaspora to come back to the country. This was precisely the message that Prime Minister Ciolacu gave to the Romanian diaspora in Italy. We are very pleased to host more than 1 million of Romanian citizens in Italy who are well integrated, who offer a great contribution to the growth of our economy, which has been calculated by our National Statistical Institute in a paper of 3-4 years ago in a couple of points in terms of GDP, to the Italian GDP.
There is an estimation in terms of percentage?
2 points.
2 points.
2 points of GDP. It's calculated. And we see also the progress of the Romanian community.
Maybe we should also mention, Your Excellency, the amount of the Italian GDP, because Romania has, I think, 350 billion euros, but Italy, it's much higher.
We have around 1,800.
So it's close to 2 billion.
Yes, close to 2 billion euro, yes.
2 trillion, actually.
Trillion euro, yes,
yeah.
Of course.
After Germany and France, probably, and maybe
we are the
Netherlands.
third economy of the European Union, yes.
And
yes.
anyway, the strongest one in the southern part and of Europe.
Yes.
If we consider France and
yes,
Germans
yes.
In the northern part. And I do remember this because I forgot to mention the President of European Commission, Romano Prodi, during his mandate.
Yes.
If I remember well, Romania entered the European Union.
Yes.
And I do remember a dialogue that I had with His Excellency in Astana Economic Forum. It was after the economic crisis, and he was militating for an alliance of the South to have a stronger and more applied dialogue with the northern economic powers. And he was talking about the importance of maintaining an equilibrium between North and South. And it is a challenge indeed, and I do remember that the next Gen EU plan for recovery after pandemics, launched by this Commission, was after Italy and Spain together, from the southern part of Europe,
Yes.
asked for Brussels to make a plan. And it was a big change in attitude in providing solutions. If we consider, for instance, the way that the Greeks were treated during the crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Now it was a plan for everybody. And we can see also in Romania, probably also in Italy, the impact, the good impact of this recovery plan, that it's functioning now in all Union.
I agree. Italy has been instrumental in trying to push the European Union to adopt, to experiment new approaches for the vaccines acquisitions, for the designing of recovery plans, economic recovery plans. And since you mentioned Gentiloni, the outset, Gentiloni has brokered the reform, the Stability and Growth Pact reform, but in conjunction with that, he proposed the common scheme of insurance for the labor force, for the unemployed, which was one of the economic tools through which the European Union tried to react to the crisis after the COVID pandemic. So I would not always look at Europe in terms of groups of countries, north, south, east, west. After Brexit, many of the hierarchies or the mechanism or dynamics among member states have changed a lot. For us, Romania has a more important role after Brexit. And the distance between the old Western Europe and Eastern Europe has narrowed. In the sense that today, Romania is a success story, a good model, a good paradigm for the integration into the European Union of other countries, Western Balkans, Ukraine, and Republic of Moldova. This was made very clearly by Prime Minister Ciolacu talking with Prime Minister Meloni. He said, in 2007, we, Romania, as well as Bulgaria, were not fully ready in all policy areas to join European Union. But a strategic decision was taken. All the leaders understood that it was a strong geopolitical investment. That's why now Romania, with its impressive growth and also the improvement of levels of income, of prosperity, of the progress in many areas, is an excellent example to the countries that are looking forward to join European Union. This is a success story, and we have to recognize.
But it's not fully written, as we still have Schengen and Euro labels to add on this book. And Italy, it's a continuous and strong ally in Romania's running for Schengen.
Yes.
It's a very complicated trip. And you mentioned 20 years ago, the moment when although we weren't, let's say, technically fully prepared to enter the European Union, we achieved the political support. Now, almost everybody in Europe says that technically we achieved all the targets for entering Schengen, but still the political unanimity is not met. Which is the Italian government position on this, and when do you think that we will fulfill this objective, as by the 31st of March we should enter with maritime and aerian borders, and then we are looking for terrestrial ones. Maybe it's news that also the Italian investors are waiting to receive.
Yes, the different aspects of the freedom of movement should go together. You should not split aerial and maritime borders with terrestrial borders. We are continuing to encourage our partners, one partner who is missing to the European consensus, to let Romania fully join the Schengen area. We are continuing to work for that, and this was made clearly by the Foreign Minister Tajani to Odobescu and by the Interior Minister to Minister Predoiu. So we will continue to push our Austrian partners to...
And neighbors.
And neighbors, yes, yes, of course. We continue to have a strategic approach to these matters. This is the case of Schengen access, as well as the OECD access, which is also now a very important priority of Romanian foreign policy, but I would say not only foreign policy, because all the policy of the government, because we have seen how the adhesion to NATO, to the European Union, and in the near future to the OECD have had and will have big transformative power for the country as a whole and the society as a whole.
Well, it is saying that a strong table needs at least 3 pillars to stay on in terms of prosperity, let's say. And you mentioned the European Union, NATO, and OECD. It's indeed the third pillar that our prosperity in terms of strategic approach can stay on. If you could mention at least 3 important advantages for Romania on its road towards OECD, for the citizens, Romanian citizens, but also for the for local business people, business community, and foreign investors that could see Romania maybe more attractive.
The OECD gives the opportunity to share, to adopt the prevailing standards in terms of doing business, in terms of designing public policies, and to move towards sustainability paradigm. This is the key word. I believe that through also the example of other countries, because within the OECD you have the so-called peer reviews. So through the example or the monitoring of public policies of other countries, you can get an advantage, and you can improve your own performance in protection of environment, in competition, in social protection, in different areas. So this is precisely the right priority at the right moment for Romania, which so far has given priority to the consolidation of its belonging, of its being a member of the NATO and of the European Union, but it's now time also to have a broader perspective, OECD accession process, as well as other signs of the will of Romania to broaden the perspectives. For example, the new strategy for Africa is very, very important, and we appreciate very much the approval of the new strategy. We have a lot to discuss, compare views and experiences about the attitude of Italy, Romania, and the European Union as a whole vis-à-vis the African continent, which is crucial for our future. So I see a lot of common endeavors and common synergies that we can build together.
Well, we have about 10 minutes according to the schedule that we established, and I would like also to talk a little bit about Romanian community in Italy.
Yes.
As you mentioned, it's strong in terms of numbers.
Yes.
It's well integrated after the first years when
yes.
maybe were necessary more efforts to accommodate in Italy, but now it's a successful story also. And as the two prime ministers also signed a new common declaration for putting the basis for a future plan of action to increase the level of bilateral
yes.
activities, which is the role that Romanian community in Italy is playing in this regard, and what are planning the Italian authorities to do in terms of preserving their rights, identity, and maybe to develop more the level of integration of Romanian people in Italy?
This is very relevant for the activity of the Romanian government through the Romanian embassy in Rome, but I would like to highlight 2-3 aspects.
Please.
The first one is the recognition of our common historical and linguistic roots. Mm-hmm. This has also shown, expressed by the availability that Prime Minister Ciolacu gave in Rome during the political talks to participate, to give a contribution to the restoration of the Trajan column, mm-hmm. which is very significant. And another aspect is the will of building of an Orthodox, Romanian Orthodox church in one of the quarters of Rome for the benefit of the Romanian community in the metropolitan area. Mm-hmm. But I would like to especially highlight the fact that the Romanian diaspora has changed a lot. In Italy, we have to overcome some stereotypes regarding perceptions, not always concrete facts or episodes, but perceptions about some aspects of the presence of the diaspora, which is not connected to the Romanian people. But this belongs to the past. It was 20, 25 years ago. Now this is over. And we see a Romanian community well integrated, as I said before, but also gaining positions in the economic activity as well as in the social consideration and reputation. Not only construction workers, but entrepreneurs, businessmen in the construction sector. Not only caregivers in the families, but specialized nurses, doctors, lawyers, people, artisans, people with growing level of qualifications, of professional qualifications. This is the current picture of the Romanian diaspora in Italy. And so this community can continue to offer a great contribution, not only in the economic terms, but also in terms of enriching the mutual understanding between people, between societies. This is crucial in my opinion, and the embassies and the governments should continuously find ways to get value from these concrete experiences of people, of the human and social exchanges. This is absolutely important.
Yeah, and indeed you mentioned one of the issues that Italian companies in Romania are facing now, the lack of labor force.
Yes.
And Italy has a much, let's say, richer experience in getting foreign labor force, not only from European Union. Maybe tens of years ago, also Italians used to work in other European countries,
Yes.
or
Yes.
United States. But now, indeed, we live in a world more globalized. Indeed, challenged by the recent events, invasion in Ukraine, what is going on in the Middle East. But still, there is this need of getting labor force. No matter how much robots we use, we still need people. And how do you see the reality of this possibility to, from that more than 1 million Romanians living in Italy now, most of them working or studying, which is the possibility, or which is the strongest message, the most efficient one, to get the people back home? Because Prime Minister Ciolacu was sending this message: we are waiting for you home.
Yes.
We understand why you left,
Yes.
but we are ready to get you back.
Yes.
How can we do it? How Italy could bring its children home?
It's a very difficult question. The easiest way to be more attractive for the diaspora is to improve the services, education and health services. This is absolutely important. On the other hand, we should recognize that today, and you are representing CaleaEuropeana, so your approach is very clear. We are European citizens, and many Romanians that are living in Italy feel themselves as being also Italians and being Europeans. Probably they are willing to stay in Italy, and we will do the best, and as we are doing in terms of social benefits and welfare and the pensions and this, there were a lot of improvements recently in terms of ensuring the more quicker payments of social benefits to Romanian workers in Italy. We should recognize that Europe is our, how can I say, patria in Italian. Don't know which is the equivalent term in Romanian. Patria.
Patria, we have also patria.
Patria, yeah. So we should continue to highlight the importance of these human and social bonds between our two peoples.
Well, Your Excellency, it couldn't be a better ending of this dialogue, and I truly thank you for letting us talk about the present and the future of Europe, concentrating, of course, on Romanian and Italy vision, on working together on this, we say Calea Europeană. It's not only, let's say, a media project, it's also a project dedicated to the people who want to understand better what kind of project is European Union and how we can contribute to its success, because its success, it's also contributing to our citizens, professionals, youngsters' success. Thank you once again, and we wish you luck. You are one of the most active ambassadors from European Union member states in Romania, and we are happy every time we meet to promote your ideas, your vision, and your values. Thank you so much.
Mulțumesc!